Hey, what's happening, guys? Steve Mayeda here, and wanted to make another quick video about my experience with Wim Hof and doing some of the breathing and push-ups. Now, first off, again, I'm sharing this because it's been a very powerful experience. A lot of people have been asking me about it and what the basics are. Watch my breathing video, but more importantly, sign up for the Wim Hof course. There's people who have been doing this for years. I've done this for 36 days of the cold and the breathing, and it's done so much for me. It's been so amazing, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. I've had some amazing meditative experiences. I've had great experiences with my body releasing things and feeling great and recovering better and all that stuff. But man, 36 days is not a long time. Try 3 months, try a year, and see what actually happens, because every day when I do it, something unfolds. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to go through one of the breathing exercises where we do 4 rounds of breathing, and we're going to pick a clip here. And this was done in my backyard about about 9 days ago. So a week and a half ago. And basically I'm doing 4 rounds of the breathing, 30 in. You can do them slow or fast. And again, I'm not an expert, but actually that time I held, you should do it circular with no pause in between. And basically you oxygenate your blood, you do your retentions. I do my retentions in this particular clip. We're not going to go through all of it because the whole thing was 13 minutes of just the breathing alone of 4 rounds, I believe. And so my retentions were really long that day. My blood was really pumping, and I decided to then do these push-ups. Now, what we do with the push-ups, or what's being told, and again, your best bet on this is to reference the Wim Hof Method course and go ahead and buy that at wimhof.com. But basically is I do the 4 rounds, and on my 4th round on the retention, when I exhale and when I do that 30th breath, I hold it, and then I get up and do these push-ups. Now here I did them on these garden boxes. Now the previous day I had done 70 push-ups, and before we get into all the crazy stuff about form, it's not for that. We're doing these push-ups, not as a form of exercise for building up pectoral muscles, or at least that's not what I'm seeing it for. You could go and lift weights or do body weight exercises. There's tons of different ways to do that. But why we're doing this is because, man, a crazy thing happens, at least for me. The oxygen in my blood starts to become alive, man. I'm moving my body. I'm in this sprint mode. I can easily do it. At about 30 push-ups, I get into this euphoric, amazing state. And, now it's actually at 40 push-ups, and I feel really good. At about 40 push-ups, I'm starting to need air. Okay. And so this is where it starts to get really tough. And one thing that I noticed about being on these garden boxes is my muscles got tired. It was harder because there's more of a stretch in going down. And as you can see, as I stop here, I pretty much pass out. And then I do my inhale and I get it going. Those last 20 push-ups, man, horrible form. My head's moving and all this stuff, but I don't even know. Actually, at that point, I'm counting and I'm consciously doing it. I'm not really sure exactly what's happening with my body. You lose a little bit of touch with that. That being said, you don't need to push it that hard. What you need to do is get in the mode of your parasympathetic nervous system, or be able to control that and have that, well, I shouldn't say control, but allow that to come out so that you can have an awareness of it when you're in those panicked situations. Now, in this particular one, I hadn't started meditating after my push-ups. So let's go to another clip. Now, in this clip, and we're not going to go the whole time here, but well, maybe we will, because it takes about a minute. I do 85 push-ups. Now you can see my son's going crazy. There's a lot going on. I'm in my living room. There's stuff happening. I just gotten done with my retention. I'm feeling great. And in this one, again, about 40 push-ups into it, I started to feel a little bit like I needed that air. But up to that point, man, an amazing, great euphoria of calm and peace. And it really lets you know where you are. There's nothing that replaces that. And it's almost like time stops for that whole time. You're like, wow, even if it's for a second, it's amazing. Of course, when we get into, 50, 60, 70, up to 85 push-ups, I'm going crazy. I'm losing all sorts of form. There's a lot going on. My son's going crazy. But as soon as I get done, what happens? Move into a meditative posture, calm myself, try and lower my heart rate, lower the panic in my brain, and get into that calm spot. Why? Because where all the healing begins, or where all the good stuff happens, let's just say that. Let's not have any woo-woo stuff in here, but all the great stuff happens when you're in that mode. Okay, so to sift through your emotions, to focus on what you really thought, what your real thought is, what your intention is, what you really want to do with your life, what your state of your body is, all comes out of that calm state. Every single aspect of my life, all the way from the social, the highlights, the sexual highlights, the lifestyle, the ideas of winning, of losing, of being myself, of getting in my best possible moments of my life, have that same level of calm. And that's really what I find at this point of 36 days into it, of the purpose of doing these exercises. So you can rotate that into it. Man, you don't need to go crazy with the push-ups. After this 85 round that I did, I tried to do it again the next day and the next day, and my body was tired. I couldn't do more. I laid off of it for a couple days because it's not about that. It's not about the counting. It's not about the amount. It's about your experience. So how can I get into the peace that the breathing can show me, and also the cold, which we haven't gotten to yet, but at some point we will. And man, that makes everything make sense. Once you start introducing the cold and what you've done with the breathing and your body, it all goes to a different level. All right. Hopefully that was helpful, and hopefully you do this. Again, I'm not an expert on it. Check it out. This is just an informational video about my experience in it. And man, I hope you get a lot out of it. All right, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you guys soon.